Mm. Excuse me. I'm over here snacking, honey. Okay. Listen, I am getting ready for to doing my ancestor veneration. And I decided to, well, sure, nothing showing that shouldn't be showing. I decided to give a little bit of, I guess, a slide out of the ancestor veneration live class that we're doing today. Yesterday was the last day to get it at the deal that is listed on the blog spot. To a spirit8mistake.blogspot.com is where you can buy your tickets to join. It'll be taking place about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have until 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to actually purchase your tickets to join. I'm even willing to extend it to 6 p.m., but after that, it's no good for that price. Hello! But anyway, I do casework, I do readings, I advise people, which I call spells, collaborations, where people want to do their own work, but they just want advice on how to do the work. And I always get questions asked, of course. Newbies always ask these questions, or this question, excuse me, as well as when we're doing the casework, some people are like, hey, I get asked a lot of questions, but one question in particular that I get is, I think my petition has not been heard. I've been praying, sister, and I haven't got my prayers answered. Why? Why, Mystic? Why? Why these prayers haven't got answered, Mystic? I've been doing this for a long time. I've been going from spiritualist to spiritualist, Mystic. I've been cashing out my 401k. I've been going to go pull out loans, Mystic, to get my answer. I haven't got it yet, girl. What's going on? And of course, there's many reasons why. There's, in fact, probably millions and millions of reasons why it's not working. But one, of course, is effectiveness. I always tell people EFF, any word that starts with EFF is beneficial to you. Okay. A lot of people teach people how to do, we'll just say the arts. They teach them how to do the arts in a way that will hold them, but it's not really effective. And I told you this because I read lots of books. I've, watched lots of YouTube videos in my past. And it's like, girl, bye. I mean, it gets so elaborate. Some people just get so elaborate with it, girl. It's like, that's a waste of time, girl, and money. We're not doing our work to sit here and spend $1,000 on products or $300 on products and do this work for 6 months to a year or for 5 or 6 years to possibly get results, when we could take not shortcuts, but we could take easier ways to make things happen. So a lot of times why your prayers or your petitions are gone or going unanswered is because of the effectiveness. You're not being effective with the work that you're doing. You're not putting your all into it. And I always tell people conviction, connecting, anything that also begins with a C-O-N, okay, instead for con. Okay, come on. Whoa, let's back it on up, girl. Not con. Okay. We should say C-O-N. Never mind. Either way, these are some possible other reasons why your prayers are not coming true. You've been praying for stuff, you've been asking for things, you've been spending money on things, and it just has not gone right for you. One way to know if, and like I said, this is an excursion from the Ancestor Veneration live feeds, what happens if your petition isn't heard or answered? One way to know it has been rejected or incorrectly done is if what you asked for, the opposite manifests or the situation gets worse. This happens a lot. And this is, in fact, probably the number one issue that I think a lot of new spiritualists or people that are new to the spiritual stuff is faced with. I guess that's a challenge, as well as this is what concerns a lot of people. The opposite manifests to what it is that you're asking for, and or the situation get worse. Now, I've done lots of casework. I've done lots of collaborations. I've heard lots of stories, even through consultations, because not all consultations have resulted in me doing work, but it's resulted in me advising people on work, and i.e., or via spells or collaborations. Like I said, it is what it is. In collaborations or in consultation, I don't give you all the tea. That's for you to ask questions. And if I feel like, hey, this is not going to be enough, girl, you need to go to that class. Because remember, consultation is like 30 minutes. Hello. Whatever you can do in those 30 minutes, honey, we'll do. How about that? Anyway, so there's people that actually have come to me for casework, and before we even got started on the work, because they probably sent in their coin, but the work was not started, things started to happen. And of course, I would ask them, what did you do before hitting me up? And of course, they would say, well, I hit up, Mystic Babuja, or I hit up Babu Lala. And, it's just like, okay, girl, no wonder. Or they'll say, well, I tried doing work myself because I went to google.com and there's a website called Bamboo, whatever, googlewitch.com or whatever, googlespells.com. And they told me that this is how you do the work. And I just kept doing it because it wasn't working. And oh my God. And I tell them, you are working with spirits. All things you do connect you to spirit. And when people say they're natural witches, I always say, I don't understand that term, because if you're working with the elements to do magic, you're still working with spirits, because there are spirits that reside in elements like trees and water and in buildings and wood and all the good stuff. Obviously, that's why there's spiritual paths that begins with wood and all that other good stuff. But either way, I don't want to get into that. Everything you do is spiritual. And even if you're an atheist, you are still a spiritualist, because the words you speak, the food you eat, the beverages you drink, the people you associate with does affect who you are and who you will manifest and what you will manifest. So you are negative, jealous, angry for no reason, can't heal yourself, upset at your family for whatever reason, you will always draw negative energy or spirits to you. And we're talking about privately, not publicly, because when that light is bright, people will always be attracted to that light, especially those who've been living in the darkness for so many years. So when you are doing work and the opposite of that manifest, let's not go into the spiritualists. Now, sometimes it could be the spiritualist, but sometimes it could be you, especially if you got the work done by multiple spiritualists and you were taught how to do the work yourself, because that's what I do. When you get casework done with me, I teach you how to do things on your own end. And after you did the work, things start to happen badly. I can assure you, honey, you are the common denomination. And I can assure you that something that you're doing has pissed off those spirits that walk with you. And or you have attracted some negative spirits to you. And this is why you cannot have negative thoughts. I know, I'm human. I'm going to have those thoughts, but listen, give yourself time to harbor those feelings and let it go. Don't hold on to that stuff. 24 hours you have in one day, and you're not supposed to go to bed angry, upset, or feeling any type of way, because I just think that causes a lot of things. I think that's how people die in their sleep. One of the reasons why. But either way, I encourage you to, if that is your situation, I encourage you, like I said, to reevaluate. Reevaluate what you've been doing, who you hang with. Once again, when you're doing casework, you can't be asking spirit for a new job and you're still doing the bummy shit you did before you tried to get that new job. It doesn't work that way. You can ask spirit to bring you a man that's going to love you and take care of me. Spirit, bring me a prince in shining armor. Bring me a man that's going to take good care of me, and you're holding on to bombs and you're worried. And we talk about this, but this is true. Your childhood will always affect your adulthood, because the old saying is you are twice a kid and once an adult. From the womb to the tomb, the closer you are to the tomb, the more childlike you become. Can we talk about it? And that's why they call it midlife crises, because you start, that's the apex of your cycle of life. And of course, people think it's only one age. I think your midlife is 33 to, depending on your blessings, I would say probably 53. That's your midlife. Now, people might say, girl, that's 20 years. Girl, bye. If you live 100 years, girl, 20 years out of 100 years is how much? Okay. Hello. Let's talk about it. It's not even 1/3, honey. Anyway, but I encourage you to evaluate who you hang with and what you do. Because, of course, going even into childhood stuff, you have problems with your father and you like men. You think you're going to find a healthy relationship with a man if you have problems with your father or if you never knew your father? And see, of course, people say, well, how about people that are adopted that never knew they were adopted? Well, see, they never knew they were adopted. That was never a question that was asked. That never crossed their mind. Once you know better, you do better. Once you get something, you can't erase that out of your mind. So once it's given to you that you were adopted and or that your parents abandoned you and or neglected you, you carry that throughout your whole life. Even if you say, I know it doesn't bother me, girl, bye. I know a lot of people that were adopted, okay, including friends. I've seen so many documentaries of people that when they were younger, they were probably asked, but as they got older, they forgot about it. They say about 6 years old, they start asking about their parents. Maybe 12 years old, they ask again, then they forget. And then all of a sudden they become an adult and they start wanting to have their own kids and they start thinking about their parents because you are your parents. So if your parents were bums and they neglected you and they abandoned you, you're going to be the exact same way if you don't get that hole healed. Okay. So once again, reevaluate your life and what you do to entertain those spirits that are around you right now, because there's spirits there right now and they'll always be there. Either way, going into the next one, what happens if the petition is not answered? Maybe the spirit didn't hear you. This is why when I do my casework, I tell you, you can't do casework in 2 days. Because there's no way that spirit is going to, especially with dealing with this. Can we talk about this? And now this is a little bitty thing. Like, I need an energy boost, Mystic. We could do that in 2 days. Yes, we can. Mystic, I need some answers. Can you just ask my spirits to come to me and answer these things for me? Because yes, I do that as well. Sure. That can happen in 2 days. But if we're doing some energy transmutation, if we're doing some energy shifts, we're going through some changes and we're getting into that body. We call on the metaphysicians. We're calling on the healers, Archangel Raphael, to come on through and to shift that energy for you, honey. It takes time. And sometimes it's not effective the first time. So I may have to go at it again because maybe I assume, well, the last time I came to Archangel Michael or Archangel Raphael, this person needed their colon cured. They had stage 1 colon cancer. And Archangel Raphael said, honey, bring me some collard greens. Yeah, bring me some collard greens and some red wine, honey. And also, I got a sweet tooth right now. Can you go ahead and bring me a little bit of lemon pound cake or what's that thing you be eating, Mystic? And I'm like, Archangel Raphael, what I be eating? I eat a lot of sweets. And they say, what is it you always eat? Okay, so you offer that, and all of a sudden, a person say, "Girl, I went to have another colonoscopy done, and girl, they couldn't find no pulps, no nothing." Thank you, Archangel Raphael. Okay, but sometimes people come to me and they present something to me. And of course, it's a lie. And I go about doing my petition. And I'm like, wait a minute, something ain't right. So we have to do that all over again because then I have to go in and I have to ask, what's going on. I got to see why it didn't happen the way that I thought it was going to happen. Because we're talking about when I'm doing the work on my end. Because like I said, this is why I don't like to be rushed. If I tell you I'm going to get back to you by Sunday and I don't get back to you by Sunday, don't think I forgot about you. That just means that possibly something came up with your casework, not your court case, but your casework. And I had to get down to the bottom of that. Because that's what real spirituals do. We don't just do the work and send you back on your merry way. We make sure that it's resolved in our end, and we send you proof as well. We don't just tell you that we're done and send you one damn picture. Hello. So do it again. If you do it and you say, listen, I did it for 3 weeks and it's not working, do it again. Yeah, do it again, honey. This is why I tell you 3 weeks, 7 days average. You're doing things in cycles every 7 days. You should see something. If you're not seeing something, honey, something ain't right. Okay. What happened if your petition isn't heard or answered? Maybe you offended or displeased the spirit and the ancestor is purposely not fulfilling your request, and someone tried to teach you a lesson. That's right. Okay. My grandmother, my Nana, was a very feisty woman. And when I got my first apartment that I ended up losing, I ended up losing that apartment because I didn't lose that apartment. I actually ended up packing my bags and I moved in with my best friend to help save their home. So I gave up that apartment. But either way, before I got that apartment, I asked my grandmother when I first moved out of the house I was in before that happened to give me my own place. And something must have happened because I had a dream of her. And my grandmother, ancestors come to you in dreams. If you're like, listen, what's the sign that my ancestors talking to me? They will appear to you in your dream. And if you have a dream of someone that is familiar to you, but you've never seen them upon waking, that is your ancestor. That is somebody that is very, very close to you. And it might be your spirit guide, but it's definitely someone who is in the spirit world trying to communicate to you. And you will get the impression too. If you said, I felt like that was my auntie. What did it look like of your aunties that you know now? No, no. Okay. So it was your auntie that you probably don't know about. Ask people about it. Okay. And I told you I had an uncle who's in the military. And something happened to that uncle. And I had a dream about somebody who I actually thought was a cousin of mine. I won't go too deep into that. But I ended up asking around and they told me that I was my uncle that I never met who died before I was born. Isn't that crazy? And he looked like one of my cousins because that's his father. So I thought it was my cousin because I seen him like, girl, wait a minute, you look like my cousin. No, honey, it's his father. But either way, your ancestors come to you in your dreams and they will show you what they need to tell you, what they need to show you. That's why ancestor veneration is so important. But either way, they would teach you a lesson. My grandmother did not allow me to get the first place I applied for. And until then, I had a little bit of anger still inside me from my previous situation, which I will not go into. And I needed to relive a situation to come up out of that lesson. Because remember, nothing that you went through in life, you will ever experience again if you learned the lesson the first time. That's why it's called wisdom. Wisdom is not going through the same thing more than once. Wisdom is going through something, gaining the knowledge from that experience and moving forward because you gained something from that. You learned your lesson. And the spirit told me a long time ago, once you learn something, once you go through something, you will never have to go through that again. If you learned your lesson the first time. That's why I don't make exes my nexus. Can we talk about it? Ex-friends won't be my next friend. Now, we could be cordial, but we will not be buddy-buddy. Once you shut that door, I will never try to reopen that. I'm sorry, won't. I don't care. If you're the last woman or man on this damn planet, I needed some water. Okay? Or you're like, I got the water. Mystic, you want some? No, the hell I don't. Croak over. Anyway, I'm joking. But either way, they would teach you a lesson. And my grandmother made me go into this horrible situation, and it was horrible. I told you I had a little white dog named Snowy, and we lived in a beautiful home, swimming pool in the backyard, granite flooring, 2-story, family room, living room, large kitchen, high beam ceilings, gorgeous. I had the room downstairs. Off of the pool area, the roommate I lived with told me that was my section. So I had the family room, which was like another living room, and I could entertain my guests there. Then I had my own bathroom. And I had my bedroom, like I said, off of that patio, off of that. It was connected, the patio and that family room. And someone broke into the house. I don't know how they climbed up to that second floor, honey. But my dog, while I'm in the shower naked, honey, hello, that dog ran out the bathroom because I used to bring him in the bathroom with me because the door didn't have a lock on it. And she didn't want to put a lock on it. So I said, I'll put my dog in the bathroom with me. So if I'm in that shower and y'all try to creep in, that dog gonna get y'all. And he was a Chihuahua and a Poodle mix. And girl, those dogs are vicious. They call him Chia-Poos or Chi-Poos. He was smart as hell too. But either way, he ran up those stairs, honey. And I'm hearing a lot of shuffling noises. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I run inside the bathroom and I grab my cell phone. Girl, my heart is beating fast. I'm like, 911. Somebody's in my house. Girl, this was crazy. Like, for real, y'all. I'm never over-exaggerating. It sounded like a movie or somebody was legit. And my dog is up there. He's barking and he's going crazy. And I didn't want to go up there because the lights were not working up there for whatever reason. I called my dog down the stairs. He come down the stairs and he's bleeding on his paws. And I know that when a dog is bleeding, they can bleed to death very quicker. They can bleed to death quicker than you could bleed to death. Like a little bit of blood is a lot of blood loss for them because their body is so little. But either way, so I'm hearing running by my window. And sure enough, the police came. I let them go upstairs. I said, honey, might be somebody up there hiding. You never know. I watch America's Most Wanted and Cops, girl. Police came in. Girl, I had my towel on, honey. I didn't give a damn. Towel on, came up there. They said, ain't nothing, ain't nobody up here, but there's a lot of broken glass. So, of course, the neighbor, the roommate that I had, she was a crackhead and she was an incest product. Her mother and father was first cousins. Oh, girl, bye. That lady was crazy. Very crazy, y'all. She was really, really crazy. So when the police left, I told her that I called the police because someone broke. Because she said, oh my God, what happened in my room? And I said, girl, somebody broke in. And I called the police. And you would think she would have been like, oh my God, thank you, girl. She said, you called the police. Ah, why did you do that? And come to find out, she was a crackhead. But anyway, but my grandmother made me experience that for me to get that anger that I had for my previous situation out, because there was a lot of issues resolved, and I caught on immediately. I caught on immediately. Like, this is my grandmother showing me something, and looking back on it, I'm grateful for that situation. But they will teach you a lesson. When you ask for something, it does not work out the way you want it. There's a lesson in that. What happens if your petition isn't heard or answered? Okay, you may have to offer more. Another reason, you may have to offer more. Beverage offerings usually evaporate quickly when they are accepted. If that water is not evaporating, or it's just still there, it's a full glass of water, and it's been sitting there for a week, and you've been offering it up to your spirits, sweetie, let me tell you this: they don't want it. They say, girl, bye. Give me some water, girl. I need something harder and heavier, sweetie. Yes. Okay, that's how you know. That water will sit there and stay the same exact length, honey. You might get a little bit of bubbles every now and then, but it is what it is. Food offerings wouldn't look smaller or less wouldn't appear on the plate, obviously, because spirit don't literally eat the food. But you will notice a difference in color and or shape, or even dream that the spirit is consuming that food. Honey, I won't say too much, but I did an offering to a spirit that I will never do work with again, ever. Because, you're about building allies, not just doing the work. That's what I said. A lot of people tell you about a spirit. Go ahead and worship Buddha. And girl, well, that resonates with me because they tell me that Buddha handled this and that. Girl, bye. You better do some more. Girl, there's a lot more extended masters than Buddha. No tea, no shade. You got the basic people. I was talking about the basic extended masters. Let's talk about some other ones. There's a million of ones out there. Different cultures too. Anyway. But I worked with the spirit, and I had a dream that this mother sat up there and was eating the food that I offered, which was some chocolate, triple fudge brownies, because I know how to put it down with some brownies, honey. I can bake from scratch. Girl, I might open up a bakery, honey. I could cook some desserts. And a lot, men like some sweetness, honey. They like some sweet teas up in their life, girl. Hello. Anyway, so this thing appeared in my dream, eating what I made, and gonna tell me I need to add a little more chocolate to it, and on top of that, giving 3 extra sides of a chocolate fudge cake and a tres leche cake. And I must have told that mother to get the hell out. And of course, upon awaking, there was a lot of tea going on. And then, of course, that's when you call in the big girls or the big boys and you compel the hell out that spirit. You said, it's time for you to go, baby girl. Bye-bye, honey. Sometimes they get a little crazy, girl. I feel energy. So vomit, diarrhea. Girl, I thought I was dying, honey. I almost went to the ER too. It was horrible. Like, that spirit tried to get me right together. But one of my mothering spirits came through. She's an Aztec goddess. I won't say her name. Been working with her since 2008. 2007, 2008. She came on in and she got his ass right together. Yeah. No one talks about him on the internet. I've not heard them say his name. And I'm so thankful. That means he is completely out of my life. There might be a YouTube video out there about him, but I haven't come across it. And I thank you for that, mother. Hello. Because that thing, honey, he thought he was going to sit there and eat my damn fudge cake. That, first of all, it took me 3 times to do that damn cake. I took that as a damn sign. When the first brownies got burnt, and then the second brownies came out too cakeish, something said, girl, maybe it's not meant for you to make this as an offering. I said, no. He likes chocolate. No, he likes chocolate, honey. Pun intended. And bitch, please. Wasting my damn time and my money. And Miss Thing gonna have to come up. Bitch, please. I'll never work that spirit ever again. Another thing is know what spirit you're dealing with. Don't just reach out to someone and say, I work with this spirit and they brought me this, they brought me that. Well, that may not work for you. Everybody got different spirits, just like we all got different fingerprints. That's what I say. Everybody ain't gonna vibe with you, and that's okay, girl. Everybody ain't gonna like you neither, and that's okay too. Don't change. I know the hell I'm not. So either way, offer more. That's why. And if you ask them, say, I've been giving you offerings, and you need to be real. Because if you're real, your spirits are going to like that. Because your spirits, obviously, if you're a real person, you're going to draw real spirits anyway. If you curse, you're going to draw spirits that like for you to call them a bee and a mother and all that. They don't care. Because, girl, spirits are drawn to you for who you are. So you sit there and say, excuse me, honey, I've been giving you offerings for 21 days, and I haven't seen nothing. Can you tell me what's going on? And that's when they'll pop in that dream, honey. It wasn't 21 days for me, honey. It was actually 3. Because they told me that deity moved quickly. So I said, girl, it's 3 days, honey. What is going on? His old pop belly ass gonna pop my damn dream, talk about stuff. Well, actually not. Girl, bye. Anyway, what happens if your petition isn't heard or answered? It may have been declined because you are not ready for what you are asking for. Okay, not saying you're not meant to have that, because that's a difference. Sometimes we ask for a man to marry us when we're not ready for marriage because we're not healed. We have daddy issues. And what's going to happen is we're going to get married to this man, and we're not going to know how to treat this man and how to honor this man, because a man honors his woman and a woman honors her man. Okay, we talk about it. It's a team. Once you get into a relationship, it is a corporation. It is a business transaction. Some people do marry for love. Some people do date for love, but I will never date for companionship. It has to be business and or love. Actually, I want both. That's why I'm still single. I want it to be business and love. How about that? But either way, if you're asking spirit to bring you this man or this woman, and you're like, girl, I've been doing all these candles. I went to St. Barbara. I went to St. Anne. I've been to St. Michael. I've been to St. Raphael. I went over here to all these Demetrius, St. Anthony. I've been to Mary Magdalene. I went over here to Santissima Muerte. I went over to Lady Guadalupe. I went over here to all these people, honey, and nobody's listening to me. Mystic, what's going on? Like, this is crazy. And I said, well, listen, honey, if you done been to all these spirits, you ain't ready. And this is where desperation come in at, because desperation means, okay, and I want to look this up too. Desperation is an act of saying that you're not worthy of what you're really asking for. So you're willing to settle for less just to fill that void. And how spirit operates is spirit gives you what you need, not really what you want all the time. So when you say, spirit, I want a man that's going to take good care of me. I want a woman that's going to take good care of me. I want a job that's going to give me the benefits I need. And you're like, well, I want to work at Target because I read that Target got the benefits I need. And you don't know what goes behind the scenes of Target, honey. Then you're upset at spirit because you're like, spirit, I really wanted that job. And that's the reason you put all your eggs in one basket. But when this desperation comes up, because people get desperate when they want to fill that void, they think it's an emergency, and it's not. Spirit will always take care of you. That's why I always keep my options open. And I tell spirit, you know what I need, and you know what I'm about. Make it happen. That's it. That's it, girl. I'm gonna sit here and say, spirit, can you please make sure that the woman has a yellow hair and all that shit. And even going into that too, people be asking spirit for signs every day. And I'm not cutting in, but one of my brothers, he said every day he was asking spirit for signs about his prayers coming in. And I don't know if it happened or not, because I haven't heard back from him. It's been months now since he did his work, December. But I'm like, you can't do that, because that's desperation. Spirit doesn't work off desperation, not the spirits I work with. I work with winners. I work with your highness. Okay, your highness, excuse me. I work with majesty, majestic, sacred, divine spirits, honey. They don't deal with that desperate shit. You got to be confident. You have to know how it's going to come, not how it's going to come out, but that it will work. So it has been declined because you're not ready for it. Instead of you actually preparing yourself for that woman or man to come in, you're just like, I'm lonely now. I want to have some sex. Let me go ahead and just reach out on this app. And then you wonder when you get an STD what really happened. That's why you got that damn STD, baby girl, because you weren't ready for that. You didn't know what the hell love was. That was a delusion of love. You thought because a man was D'ing you down or that woman was giving you that nice vagine that you really thought that that was really love, and it wasn't. And that's the problem now. That's why there's a lot of STDs going around, a lot of all these diseases going around, honey, sexually transmitted diseases and demons and infestations going on, STIs, because you're trying to fill that emptiness with other things. Prepare yourself. Okay, if you're sitting here right now, you're saying, I don't have no friends. Spirit, can you find me friends? And yet you out here on the internet begging everybody, can you be my friend? Spirit ain't helping you, girl. They're going to decline your prayer. And let me tell you what they might do too, is they might go back up to spirit may be displeased and they will purposely not fulfill your requests and they will try to teach you a lesson. So they will bring you a man and that man will be everything that you don't want. And because you're so desperate, you really want to make it happen still. So spirit lets it happen for you. And then in the end, you start crying. Oh my God, oh my God. And I can tell you the example with my friend. And I can talk about this because he said I can. My friend was praying to God for a man. And now he didn't say St. Anne. He said St. Joseph. He said, St. Joseph, can you bring me a man? And I didn't think St. Joseph was a homosexual. I don't think he's a homosexual. You know, Joseph, the father of Jesus. Well, you know, the husband of Mary. You know, he wasn't the father of Jesus, but whatever, because, you know, Jesus was put into Mary through, you know, the Most High. But either way, he was born to a virgin mother. So Joseph, he was born to a virgin mother. Okay, anyway, now I got my mind. Now my mind is going to a place. Either way, my friend said, St. Joseph, can you bring me a man? And St. Joseph brought him a man very quickly. And he said, oh my God, Mia, guess what? I got a man, girl. I got me a man. I said, where you met him at? I met him off a Grinder. Girl, I said, no, ma'am. I didn't tell him that, but I said, no, ma'am. And I said, well, how long y'all been dating for? He said, we've been dating for 3 days. I said, well, how long have you known each other for? And he said, well, we met each other last Friday. So I'm like, and y'all already boyfriends? Like, what's his favorite color? What is his blood type? What kind of food he likes to eat? Does he have a disease? Is he disease free? And then he tells me that his boyfriend has HIV. Well, it's undetectable. And I tell him, I don't know why I'm asking these questions because these ideas are coming up in my head. I know this is spirit talking to me. And I said, so did he tell you right away that he had this or did he wait? He said, well, he actually waited because I told him that I wasn't interested in people that had HIV or AIDS. And he said he had it. So it changed my mind. And I said, now, did it change your mind, brother, that you become desperate? And he said, no, me, I didn't become desperate at all. I really like this man. He's really cool. Like, he takes me out. He buy me things. 3 days in, and you're already saying that. Okay, so this is a friends of benefits. And I told him that. He said, no, it's not. It's a relationship. I said, okay, Miss Thing. A week later, he called me. He said, girl, I went to his house, and there was a used condom on the bed. And I said, let me get this correct. So you met this man a week ago. You go to his house. He has a used condom on the bed. He said it's from a guy he had sex with 3 weeks ago. Now, I want you to understand that this man is HIV positive. And he got condoms laying around that are used. Are you okay with that? And he said, well, it wasn't like I touched it. Right. But you're dating a man who is HIV positive, who has a used condom in his bed, and you're okay with that. Do you not understand? So then I said, okay, let me reword this, because, you know, sometimes people can't comprehend, especially, you know, I'm not cutting in on men, but, you know, men sometimes are a little slower to get things, and that's okay, because men process things slowly. That's why they speak slowly. You know, I want that pizza. You know, they talk like that, right? You know, women, honey, you know, we can talk fast as hell, girl. Sit down, boy. Let me come over there and tell you something right now. Okay? Come on. Then like, what you say? You know, I don't want to understand that. Why is that? Either way, honey, he gonna tell me that that the boyfriend told him that like I said, he's undetectable and the condom is 3 or 4 weeks old, so he got nothing to worry about. And I told him, you know, well, have you guys had sex yet? And he said, no, not really. And I said, well, no, what is no, not really? Because that's the yes or no question. Are you wealthy? No, yeah, kind of. What the hell does that mean? Are you sexy? Well, not really. No, I don't know. Girl, bye. Anyway, so then I said, oh shit, trouble in paradise. So I told him, I said, honey, you need to run. And he said, it sounds like you're hating on me. I said, why? because I'm telling you, I'm happily in love, and I prayed to God for this man, and this man has come, and now you hating. So I said, okay, honey, I'm gonna set on back. I'm gonna let you do your thing, and I'm gonna do my thing. So every day, this mother effer called me. Oh God, we went out to eat, girl. We went out to San Antonio, girl. We went out to Corpus Christi, girl. We went out to Houston, girl. We went out to Katy, girl. Girl, we went over here, girl. We went to Dallas, girl. We went over here, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's so good, honey. He's getting you out the house. And then sure enough, he told me that he moving in with this man. Now, y'all, if Spirit didn't slap me, and I don't know why Spirit slapped me, because maybe because I was asking questions in my head, but girl, I got slapped and I saw red. And I said, honey, something is not right. You need to not do this, but I know you're going to do this because you're a little desperate. And then we got into it. He said, fuck you, B. No, 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 no. I said, girl, you are desperate. Sure enough, honey, the boy had a little spaz out. They got into a fight. The boy put him in jail, broke his iPhone, put him in jail. He was spent the weekend in jail. And the boyfriend over here telling him the next time you got around, I'm gonna do that again. Now, mind you, this boyfriend does spirituality too. Because I told him, I said, your boyfriend, he does magic. And he said, no, he doesn't. He's not into that stuff. Girl, bye. He took him to the botanic out there, and the ladies knew the boyfriend. I said, girl, he is feeding you. He is feeding you his stuff. No tea, no shade. And that's probably why his stuff is undetectable, because that stuff is not curable. It can only become undetected. And what he said is that same thing. Anyway, I'm getting too far into the story. Either way, Spirit gave him a man. Now we going into a year later, and this boy is like, weird, like he's bipolar, almost schizophrenic. Like, woman, he's like, F that man, da, 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 da. He messed up my life. The next thing he's like, I love him, I missed him. And I told him, that's not the man for you. That's the first man that you got, because Spirit wanted to teach you a lesson that when you become desperate, you get what you don't really get what you ask for, but you get the opposite of that. And that even goes into number one way to know that it has been rejected or incorrectly done is if the opposite manifests. So if you ask Spirit for I would tell people this, rule number one: if you ask for a man and the first man appear, that is not the one for you. It's the second man or the third man. Trust when I tell you that. And the more you go out, the better it's going to be. Trust me, because Spirit gives you favor when you have discipline. Hello! Damn, I wish I could just throw this mic out. Spirit favors you when you have discipline. Not every day. Spirit, what's going on? What's going on? The man coming, the woman coming, job coming, Spirit, what's going on? Spirit, I need signs. Spirit. Or you calling me checking in on the work. Spirit don't like that. That's called lack of discipline. And discipline will take you a long way. So like I said, going into that, when the opposite manifests, because you will get what you ask for regardless. That's what I said. If you don't get nothing, okay, maybe you won't get it because it was rejection. Spirit don't really want to mess with you like that, because Spirit know you're sentimental. You might go postal because Spirit didn't manifest what you want. So they may not do that. But some of you, you ask for a man, the next day you get a man, then you're like, honey, he is everything to me. Then you start beating your ass like my man did. So it is what it is. The opposite will manifest, or the situation get worse. You ask Spirit to get you out into a better job, and Spirit gets you fired from the job you're at right now. That's why it's important to do cleanses and not to carry IOUs over into new work that you're doing. And that could be with other spirituals. That could be with yourself. When you ask Spirit for help, you got to offer something up to that Spirit. And no, it's not your firstborn. And no, it's not, let me go kill a man or a woman. Now, I don't know what type of spirits you're working with that require all that. But the ones I deal with don't require that. Hello! So only ask what you're ready for. And if you're not ready for it, ask Spirit to teach you how to get ready for it. Say, Spirit, can you please get me ready for this? Because I really would like a man that's really good for me. Spirit, can you help me get this job? And if they require me to lift 75 pounds, can you give me the strength to do that? You want to get a job, you don't have a car. Don't let that deter you of not going to that job. So Spirit, can you give me a means of transportation so that I can get that job? Because I know that you understand, or I know and I understand that you may not give me what I'm not ready for. You will not give me. Because remember, when you get favor with spirits, they will never give you more than you can bear. And the same thing as they will never give you more than you're not ready for. Okay? What happens if your petition isn't heard or answered, or your prayer is not answered? Because this goes for deities, your ancestors, spirits that walk with you, including your guardian spirits. I would love to do a video on prototypes, or should I say authorities and principalities so you could really understand how many spirits walk with you. And I told people this, and maybe this will build your confidence up. Maybe people out there that say that they don't got no friends and they feel lonely. Girl, there's so many people that are walking with you. There's so many spirits that are there with you, and you can't feel the presence of those spirits because you're too inward. You're too into your body. You're too focused on yourself. What are you going to do with these new friends that you get? Well, I just need friends that I could talk to. Have you ever talked to yourself? No, because that seemed crazy. Okay, well, I mean, have you ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, what is your greatest fear? No. Have you told yourself that you love yourself? Not really, because I wasn't taught how to love. I didn't come from love, Mystic. My mom and dad didn't love each other. They gave me up for adoption. I was raised up in foster system. They beat my ass. So I never told myself I loved myself because I didn't know how to say that, Mystic. So there you go. This is why you want friends, because you want to fill that void. That's why you want that D, because you want to fill that void. That's why you feel like you need to please other people because you can't please yourself. So you said, I can't please myself, so maybe other people will help me to either please myself and or they will please me, or I will please them. And that's really what happens too when people kiss ass. I sound like kiss ass people. You want people to say yes, 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 ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, yes, sir, and you don't have no damn backbone. We will never be friends, honey, because I'm not into that. That means that you're insecure with yourself. You don't got nothing. Something ain't right. Unless you're a client, I'm not trying to work through that. Hello. So, like I said, be ready for what you asked for. What happens if your petition isn't heard or answered, or your prayers is not answered to your ancestors? Well, maybe the ancestor, if you are working with one, lacks interest in helping you. Petition all just in case. Now, this is the golden one. And of course, in the next slide, and I'm not going to show the next slide. That's for the veneration class that you have to attend today. After 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when it starts. Yes, honey. Hello. If you're ready, you're ready. If you're not, you're not. It is what it is. Shout out to those who joined the Ancestor Veneration class, honey. Hello. Either way, some of your ancestors don't really want to help you. And it could be that, like some of them say, they don't really f with you because they don't like Black people, because maybe it's a white ancestor. Maybe, I mean, this is just what I'm saying. This is what I'm thinking. I'm putting it out there. Maybe they don't fuck with you because you are a closet case homosexual and they're not proud of that. They want you to be out loud and proud. Maybe they're not messing with you because everything you've done your whole life is disappointment to them because you lived your life on your knees and not on your feet. Can we talk about that? You're gonna displease and upset a lot of people by being who you are. But I guarantee you this, you're gonna get respect from a lot of people. That's what I said before, honey. I'm from the hood. I live in a very hoodish city. South side, east side, west side, north side, southeast, southwest, it doesn't matter. I can go there. And I don't have no problems because I have respect for people. Also going into spirit, I don't go there disrespecting. I will never go to another country and disrespect those people in that country. And that's why I won't have no problems. But when you come into the wrong territory, think you run shit and you doing shit, girl, that's when you get messed up. Respect goes a long way, but also going into your ancestors, honey, like you are them, you represent them. And a lot of people are just so weak. And your ancestors were not weak because that's why you got here. Nobody who's here right now came from weak ancestors, unless your mama was a con artist, your daddy was a con artist, your great grandmother was a con artist, and now you're a con artist, and your kids are gonna be a con artist. It keeps going on and on. The great grandfather was in shackles, then their children was put behind bars, and then that children, which was your mama, was put behind bars, and or she was on the streets doing drugs, drinking, popping pills, didn't give them about her damn kids, and now you were in and out of prison, same thing from a teenager to adult, and now your kids are in the same damn system. Now, that's an example of your ancestors possibly being weak, because maybe you have some strong ancestors, but they're not really messing with you. Bitch, I don't fuck with you. Hey, you. That's what they saying. They singing that song. I kid you not. These ancestors be coming through with these songs. I'm telling you, they'll mess with you. So you wonder why your life is so messed up, because they don't mess with you, sis. They'll mess with you, sis. You lie, get through life. They didn't lie. And that's why I said it's so important to know your ancestry. If you don't know that, honey, it's important to reach out to those spirits, because your ancestors could have been great business people. They could have fought to make change in this world. And you sit on this damn computer, or you go on Instagram Facebook, any of these damn things, and you act a damn fool. And you think that, well, my ancestors, why are they not blessing me? And you, girl, that's why you got to cheat, steal, and lie to get what you want. Because that's not where you come from. You come from greatness. And not everybody came from greatness. Don't let people fool you. There were some bummy people. A lot of people got bummy ass ancestors. Don't let them fool you, girl. You come from greatness, girl. By everybody didn't come from greatness, girl. Stop lying. Stop lying, girl. That's why they can only manifest a scam check. They can only manifest a bounce check. They can only manifest a scheme, a lie, and a cheat. How about that? So your ancestor will not work with you. And that's why it didn't happen. But just in case that happened, don't worry. Don't be afraid. Don't say, Mystic, you reading me down, because I'm really not. On the flip side, because when you rip somebody down, you got to pull them up again. When you drag, this is what honest, loving people do. When they're telling you something that's beneficial, they might drag you down, but they're going to do something to lift your ass right back on up. Reach out to your other ancestors, not just one. Say, you know what? Listen, be honest. Say, you know, ancestor, you know what? Listen, I know you haven't liked the fact that I was a bum, and, you know, you're probably a Republican, and you were Abraham Lincoln's right-hand man, and you were for the rights of people. And now that I have a chance to live, I'm here and I'm doing the opposite of what you represented. I apologize. Can you forgive me, ancestors? Can you forgive me? And if you know them by name, shout out their names. Some of you know your ancestors' names. Shout it out. And you know, tell them, you know, to show you that they forgave you, and watch what happened. Watch what happened, honey. Watch what happened. Can we talk about it? Petition all your ancestors. All of them. Shut up. You don't know none of them. Say, girl, we don't have no family history. Say the ancestors that were loving, the ancestors that were respectful. And that also goes into that too, which I talk about in another part of the ancestor veneration. I'm just going to say it here. If you operate on love, honesty, serenity, and compassion, you will only draw that type of energy to you personally. You won't have ancestors that will come to you that are rapists. So they're going to make a rapist spirit jump into someone and they're going to rape you. That's not what they do. If you live an honest, truthful life, when you live a life of lies and deceit, and you might say, well, look at you talking, girl, you transgendered, but I'm an open transgender woman, girl. I will never deceive anybody on my gender status just to get some D or to get friendship. I will never do that, because I am who I am, and I will be who it is I'm meant to be. And you can't stop that, because you are either equal to me or you are beneath me. And that's how you decide to live your life, because I live on my feet, once again, not on my knees. So like I said before, when you live a life full of lies and deceit and scams, and you try to please other people, you are going to draw those same exact spirits. And when you decide to rise up, those spirits are going to remind you who you are. And that's when things start breaking. Those fans, shit hits the fans, girl. Out the blue, girl, you might get a warrant, girl. You get a traffic stop. And they say, you got a warrant for your arrest back from 2007. And you're like, what? That's why you come to a spiritualist who know how to amend. Hello, yes. Who know how to mend that stuff, so you don't got to worry about that. Shout out to my sister out there who was about to go to prison for a very long time, who made a mistake, and that's okay, sis. It came back up. She thought that it was over, and it reminded her of a situation 10 years ago. And we got that right together. Now, of course, she was a little upset because she had to pay money to fly way out there to Arizona. But she said, girl, I wasted $600, but at least I'm not going to prison. Hello! We not amend that tea over there, girl, because we live on that frequency. We're never jealous over here. Hey, sis. We're never mad over here. Hey, sis. You know, we're never upset about anything, honey, because I am who I am, and I will be who I will be, and you will be who you are, and you are who you are. You can't change who you are. You can't change that. No, it's in your coding, girl. If you're meant to be a pig, you're going to be a pig. If you're meant to be a bum, you're going to be a bum. Honey, you can't change that. I wasn't meant to be a bum. That's why I'm not a bum. I'll never be a bum, girl. Hello! Anybody want to lay down and be a bum, that's their choice, not mine. But it ain't in my DNA, honey. Okay? Hello! Get into DNA if you know what DNA is, which we talk about that on another video, which you can check that out for free. Either way, okay, petition all your ancestors and, say, please assist me, get me through this. I love you. Please help me. What you need. And they'll tell you, because some of you may say, well, I don't know what my ancestors want. Well, we'll talk about that in this class. As you can see, there's 18 full slides in this class. We're not playing. When you walk away from this class, for those of you who are attending today, girl, there's 3 of you so far. Hello. You are going to walk away knowing what you should do, when you should do it, and how to do it. And your ancestors will come to you. That even goes to if you still decide to do work with people. Let your ancestors guide you. Let your ancestors tell you, yes, that person's going to help you. And they'll show up in your dream. Trust me. They will show up to you and tell you, nope, don't mess with that person. And they'll show you things. I'm telling you, get into your spirit guide. For those of you who believe in that stuff, get into your guardian spirits. Get in to the get in. Get into the ones that have been here before you. The ones that were sent here to watch over you. Because remember, you're in this realm, they're in that realm. And yes, you are interdimensional. That means you have the ability to command and compel spirits on our level, because that's what the scripture says. The scripture says that you have dominion over this realm. Hello, which gives you the ability to go into the next if you need to. And that's why they instill fear in you. They teach you how to be fearful of things, how to be afraid of them. I'm not afraid of no limping man or woman. I'm not afraid of no woman or no man that try to act like they're big and bad on the internet. I'm not afraid of nobody who couldn't even get their life together. And I mean that in every sense. You can get your life together and realize that life is about learning and experimenting and moving on to the next realm and to the next level of your evolution. The baby girl, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to pass on miserable and you're going to come right back and deal with the exact same bull crap. That's why people say, girl, you know what's going to happen, girl, something's going to go down, girl. Maybe you're going to experience that, but I'm not. Trust me, girl. I'm sure, girl, they coming up with some teas, girl. Everybody's not going to experience what y'all saying. Because remember this, there was great floods before. Can we talk? How? Okay, there was great floods before. There was great devastation to this planet, or this plane that we call Earth, and we are here. So that means that our ancestors survived that stuff. So some of us is going to survive whatever happens, whatever. We don't know. Some of us going to survive that. And the ones that say, oh my God, I'm afraid I'm not going to survive it. Girl, bye. See ya. See, you don't want to be it because you can't get that mind right. Ain't nobody going to sit here and try to poison my creativity. Ain't nobody going to sit here and try to poison and contaminate what the spirit has in store for me, honey. What God has instilled in me. Girl, we got our solar plexus. Our body is made up of nerves and transmitters and a whole bunch of other stuff that could propel you into a whole new realm. And you sitting back in the third dimension, worried about shit that you cannot change in the third dimension. Girl, bye. You been sitting on my damn phone or my damn email talking about that shit, girl. No tea, no shade, girl. No ETs, none of that stuff, girl. None of that stuff. Because they've been talking about that for years. Nothing is new under the sun, says the scripture. And it's been under the sun many times, and we're still here. And I know to the ones that the world is going to be in and stuff, those are the ones that are going through stuff. Those are the ones that are stressed out and they have some teas going on in their life. And I feel sorry for you. I said, pray for you. Dear Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Please allow this person to get healed in all areas of their life, God. I ask that you move the Holy Spirit, 7 of the Holy Spirits into their life right now and to touch every aspect of their life so they can be healed and they can be moved. They can be freed from the shackles that this man infestation world has instilled in them. You are the truth. You are the way and you are the light. You are loving. You are understanding. You are compassionate. I ask that you allow this person to get common sense. Okay? Because common sense ain't really so common. I ask that you allow all their senses to be open so that they know foolery when they hear it. Because a lot of them see it, they hear it, they feel it, and they still say, nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Girl, that I want you to understand that the person who leads you to the promised land ain't gonna look like you, and you can take that however way you want to take that. That's all I wanted to say, honey. I'm gonna see who's in this live chat, and I'm gonna go. I gotta get a little bit of rest, darling. Yes, a little bit of rest. I got my veneration class I have to do later today for my beautiful, beautiful students. Hey! Yes, honey. I'm in a good mood, honey. Ludimer's gifts really got me feeling good. Ow. Come on, Ludimer. Tell me something good. Plus, I like doing classes and stuff. So we did Thursday, we did a class. Friday, we did a class. And now today, we're doing a class. Oh my God, girl. Anyway, thank my supporters, honey. Thank you, honey. Dang. Thank my supporters, honey. Come on, Lachey. Girl, went to sleep and woke up, girl, and I'm still up. Hello. Hello, Empress Great Daisy. How you doing, girl? My great-grandmother I never met came to me to tell me to let go of my old friends. It was transcending. Exactly, Empress Daisy. Yes. Your ancestors will come through and say, honey, what are you doing? I kid you not. When I first moved into my own apartment, I slept on my futon. And I thought, now I got my own place. What the hell am I going to do? And I literally looked around my apartment like, what the hell am I going to do now? And I dozed off, and it was 3:18 p.m. I remember this. It was 3:18. And I got a knock on my door, which I thought was real. So I jump up off the futon, and this was all dream, or what I call astral projecting, because something happened in the astral realm, and they set it up to look exactly like the realm I'm in now, which is the third dimension. Can we talk about it? So there was a knock at the door, and I opened the door, and I saw my Nana. And just this I can't even describe it, but it was just this loving energy that just, it flooded me like water. It felt like water coming onto my body. And it was not hot that day, but I felt very cool and very calm. And she stepped right on in. And I said, you got to be kidding me. And she said, no, I'm not kidding you. And I was like, is this real? And then she's like, what do you think? And I was like, I don't know. She said, exactly. Because my grandma was that type of person. She was very feisty. My grandma was very feisty. My grandmother died 10 years ago. But she was very feisty. And that's one ancestor that I always devote my stuff to, because, honey, she's always, girl, I won't even go into that. But my grandmother has made a lot of ways, honey. People say go to God first. I go to my grandmother for a lot of stuff. A lot of things I do go to the Most High about and in other spirits, but my grandmother actually knows me. She raised me. She helped to make me the person I am today. So the person who know me in this realm, in this life, I'm going to go to. So either way, she told me that you have a lot you have to do. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell that mean. And this is about 2012. Because I moved in, this is about 2012, because I moved in March 2012. And this is about April, literally a month after I moved in. And she told me I had a lot I have to do. And I was like what? And she gave me this whole list. And I just remember a few of the things off that list. And I remember that I was on POF.com, and there's people on that site. And I started just, when they would message me, I would just be propelled to do things. But either way, after we were done, I can't say we hugged or we kissed, because my grandmother wasn't that type of person. She would say she loved you, possibly give you a hug if you go for the hug first, but she just didn't hug you like that. Very feisty, aggressive woman. Because she didn't want you to think that she was soft because she was short. But honey, she would get you back together. Hello. But, she ended up leaving. We said our goodbyes. She ended up leaving. And I looked at the clock, and I had this wood clock on the wall. I kid you not, my mama gave me this wood clock from 1956. I still have it, too. It's in my bathroom. A wooden clock. It's an old clock. And that's an heirloom, so I will always have that clock. And right now it has no batteries in it, but it's sitting above that damn, but my bathroom. Either way, honey, when I looked at the clock, it said 3:18. When I woke up, my phone said 3:18. And I was just like, oh my God. And I remember I jumped on Facebook too. If you're on my real Facebook, I know Lachey, as you could see that post. If you go back to April 2018, you'll see that. Or 2012, you'll see me say, oh my God, I just had a visitation from my grandmother. And that was so surreal. Like, it was amazing. And that's one of many times. But like I said, they will come to you and they will, listen, they will show you, I'm here. Anything you need, come to me for. I may not be here physically, but I'm here spiritually. And I know people tell you that when people die, but it's real. It's real. Going into my experiences I've had with my best friend and other people I know that have lost loved ones, you know, their deceased brothers, their deceased mothers have come through. And we're not even talking about psychic stuff. Like, you know, you bring a medium in. We talk about these beings made pictures fall off the wall. These beings put ideas in your head. These beings showed up in your dreams. And that's what I tell people. You don't need a mediator. You don't have to go to a medium to get contact with your deceased loved ones. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. That is a scam. You don't. Who knows your ancestors or your relatives better than you? Who? Reach out and watch what happens. That's why I wanted to offer this ancestor veneration. And this has been a talk for a long time. People have been talking about ancestor DNA and all that. You may not know who you are, but I guarantee you, start doing some ancestor veneration and let them show you who you are. You will have dreams of you being in foreign places and not even know where the hell you're at. And they will show you that's where you are. That's where your bloodline comes from. Ask them. Where do my bloodline stems from? What goes back? My great grandmother. Think about it. Sit there for a minute and think quietly. Who is an ancestor I would love to talk to? You know, for me, it was always my grandmother's mother. I don't know why, but it always was her. And I found out this year that we share the same exact birthday. So it's amazing that, and then I found out the roots. I did digging. I digged up things, looked up online obituaries. Oh, honey, girl, I had to educate my mom on some things. And honey, we were both some big babies on our damn phone, crying and getting emotional. And my mom was so ecstatic about this information that she was like, I want you to look up my sister. I almost said her name. I don't want to put my aunt's name right there. But she said, I want you to look up my sister and tell me some things about her. And I said, Mama, I don't got to physically look that up, girl. Spirit will also show us. Girl, bye. But anyway, your ancestors are always talking. Are you listening? Honey, do you know how to worship your ancestors correctly? And it's not about burning ancestor money. That is the basic things to do. That's the basic thing. What is your intuition? What is your natural gut feeling to do? Huh? You went inside of a store and you're like, I'm not a feminine woman. And some keeps telling me to buy that feminine looking swan. There's a reason why. Do you ever ask that question? Why you go to Walmart for one thing? It's something you never even expect. Now, we're not talking about like me, because, girl, I like to buy a lot, girl. I'm working on it. Thank you, Spirit. Woo! Spirit's helped me over my shopping addiction, because, girl, we hitting that road. Ow! Thank you, Spirit. Ah! Woo! You took away my addiction. Thank you, Spirit. My name is Azalea, and I am a 30-day recovering shopaholic. Whew! Thank God I maxed out my credit cards to buy some things, but I thank you, Spirit. Woo! But are you listening, honey? Are you listening? Hello. You have a train to run for. Come on, Adrian. Run for that train, Adrian Riverwolf. Hello. Hello, yes. Hello, Amal, Supreme Rising Girl. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Persia, not Parisha. Girl, don't try me. Woo, Lachey. Okay, Lachey, don't you try me, Miss Thing. You all have a beautiful side of you too. Listen, people be thinking that I'm not on camera no more because they're like, girl, are you afraid to show your face now? I don't get on camera no more because I be naked, y'all. I don't be feeling like, you know, putting on clothes to get on camera, to be honest with you. I be naked, girl. I be in my house basking, you know, in my essential oils and stuff. You know, I have my humidifiers, one in my living room, one in my kitchen, one in my bedroom. I'm going to put one in the bathroom too. I don't spend too much time in there. I go in there, do what I need to do, I get out. But either way, girl, I want to get all my environment. I want to feel, yes, honey. Listen, I'm about to spank your booty. I got to take this baby outside, honey. It stopped raining. He got to go pee, honey. Hello, Jalil. Long time no see. Remember I told you, Jalil, there is a deity named Ja and Le and El. Hello. Yes. Your name is three divine. Should I say your name is three of the divine names of the Most High put together? Believe that or not. Okay. Hello. Embody that energy, honey. Don't let Lady Gaga turn you into a demon. No, I'm playing. I'm playing, Jalea. That happened to me in a dream. I saw this pink pig in this fairy tale looking land, and love overwhelmed me. Me and the pig was hugging and rolling around. There you go. Now, I don't know if you are being serious or not, TT Health Journey. Um, no tea, no shade, because I don't know if that's because you're saying your grandmother was a pig. I don't understand the connection, the correlation with that. But I guess that would be amazing. You had a dream about this pink pig in this fairy tale looking land. And it, like I said, it almost looks like a read, girl. And I'm usually not wrong, TT Health. I've been noticing a lot of little subliminal T's coming from you too, TT Health. But let me tell you this, girl, you ain't gonna knock me. Satan, I rebuke thee, girl. If you're on that bull crap, I rebuke thee. In the divine name of Elo Gebara, in the divine name of Yeshua Shira, honey, I bind you in the name of the holy, 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 holy spirit, girl. You're not gonna get me together today, girl. Today is Saturn day, girl. But today is not your day for that. Let's talk about it, girl. Because, girl, you talk about fairyland, girl. I'm talking about my grandmother, a woman who I knew that raised me, girl, that showed me love. Girl, we had our issues coming up, but girl, we got over it. She came to me in a astral projection. You talk about fairyland land. I don't understand the correlation with that. Maybe you could break that down for me at a later time, because I'm just a little confused about that. How does that correlate with the example I gave? My grandmother, someone who I love and adore, came to me in my dream, told me about some things I need to do. And you went to a dream of a fairy tale land, and you and this pig was rolling around together. TT girl, listen. TT girl. TT, you're gonna have to call in on Sunday, girl. Sunday we doing a call in. You're gonna call in, Miss TT Health, because you be trying it. TT girl, it be coming off subliminal shade, girl. Don't be playing with me, TT Health. Girl, don't be playing with me, honey. And I apologize if you're not a girl, but don't be playing with me, honey. Because it comes across shady, girl. You should have said, now this is what I would have said if I didn't want to seem shady. My ancestors are always communicating with me, Mystic, through spirit animals. So I can relate to the situation that you just stated, because I had a dream of a fairy tale land with a pig, and I got overwhelmed with love, and me and the pig, we started rolling around together. Now that would have sounded less shady, but saying out the blue, that's what happened to me in a dream. I saw a pink pig in a fairy tale looking land, and love overwhelmed me. But you kind of just gave that. You didn't give where that was coming from. So that's why I'm confused with that. So I'm glad that you clarified. Your ancestors speak to you through spirit animals. That's beautiful. Listen, I always tell the spirits I deal with, sometimes they show me symbols. Sometimes they show me symbols. Sometimes I'm like, honey, show me what I need to see. I'm not about to be sitting here piecing together a puzzle. Don't show me a owl, a wolf, a bear, and a skunk. Okay? I need you to show me what you need to show me, Mamie. Baby, don't play with me, Miss Thing. Hello! Okay? Don't be coming for me. Well, it's not that I'm thinking negative. What you got to understand, TT Health, all you ain't my friends. All of you are not with me. All of you are not on my team just because you're watching and commenting. So what you got to understand is, honey, you're guilty until proven innocent. That's the law, and that's how I run, because that's the law of the land. and we go by the law of the land. So you're not innocent. You're not innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty until proven innocent. So if you're coming across shady to me and I don't know you like that, your account does have a picture on it. We never talked privately. I never spoke with you over the phone. I don't know who you are outside of you commenting in this room. I'm not going to say, oh, this is my friend. This is a cool person. This person is in an agreement with me. No, I'm not going to assume that. So that's why I asked you, how does that correlate with what I'm saying? Even when I said I ate fast food, which, by the way, O blood type can have animal fat. It doesn't kill us. It's not bad for us. You said, can you explain to me how you eat that and you still do spirituals? You're still spiritually inclined. That's not eating bad. That might be bad to you because you might be an A blood type. Who knows? But that's not bad to me. No tea, no shade. That's all I'm saying. So like I said, it just comes off to a little shady. It just comes off a little shady, honey. No tea, no shade. I'm saying, honey, we talk about pizza. You come out talking about my wig. I'm going to think that's shady. Now, maybe you may not think that's shady, but it is what it is. We talk about pizza. You talk about a wig. So it's not thinking negative because I'm healthy. Let's talk about it. It's not about thinking negative because I'm prospering. It's not about thinking negative because everyone that I surround myself with loves me as I love myself. It's not thinking negative. I just don't know where you're coming from. So when you approach people, you tell them where you're coming from. It's like us walking down the road and you just run up to me and start getting all in my face. I'm not going to say, oh, gosh, she's in my face being nice. I'm going to think that you're going to try me with something. Right? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? It's the same thing. It's a different situation, but theoretically it's the same thing. So if I don't know where you're coming from, I'm going to take you as like you're trying me. And that's not thinking negative. That's how it should be. If you think everybody's your friend because they talk, I don't know. I don't know. That's not how I get down, though, girl. No tea, no shade. Everyone isn't out to get me. But like I said, I don't know where you're coming from. It is what it is, honey. Don't take that personal. Okay? Don't take it personal, honey. I'm stating my facts and my opinion or my views on things. Everyone is not out to get me, but you just never know who is out to get to you. Everyone is not out to get you, but you don't know who is out to get you. You got enemies in high and low places that are known and unknown. That's all I'm saying. No tea, no shade, honey. There you go. Who doesn't try me for that sake? See? See? Thank you. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, TT Health. Like I said, just kind of, I won't say think about what you're going to type, but, if I'm bringing up ancestors and you bring up a pig and you don't say why you're bringing up a pig, I didn't take it that way, but it could be that you're calling my grandmother a pig. If I was really negative, I would have said that. I would have said, girl, you calling my grandmother a pig? But I didn't take it that way. I just took it as if you were saying something else subliminally. I took it as a subliminal cut in. You know how it goes, honey. Okay, well, thank you so much. Like I said, thank you so much for that. And, like I said, please, clarify where you're coming from when you state things, so we don't, take it there. I'm just saying, girl, love and light to you. And everybody who's in this call, the live feed tonight, honey, or this morning, I am going to get ready to go. Like I said before, I'm about to go take this dog out to go pee a little bit. I got to move my car too, honey. I just heard 2 cars leave and I need to go move my car. I hate parking. I hate parking in my little drive thing. I hate it. I like parking in the guest parking. It's a little bit around the way, but they both are around the way. At least with the guest parking, I can walk outside my door and I can see it. When it's parked over there, my thing, honey, I got to walk way around and look over and say, what the hell is that? Or is that my car? I want to see it. So listen, I'm gonna go. Happy Saturn Day to experientemystic8.blogspot.com for readings, classes, and current deals. We got some more deals for you, honey, coming up next week. And I hope you're ready. Now, stay tuned, honey. For those of you who like I said, Aunt Penny, honey. Hello! They used to call me Aunt Penny, honey, because I used to try to save everything. Girl, you so cheap. I'm so cheap, girl, with that credit looking good. How? Anyway, bye for now. Happy Saturday, honey. And once again to you, TT Health, I apologize. Don't take it personal. But, I'm not apologizing for what I'm saying. I'm going to apologize for how possibly, you took that. There's never no negativity over here, girl. I'm just watching everybody. Hello! I don't trust nobody as far as I can throw them, honey. If I can't throw you in a distance, I don't trust you. My dog, I can pick him up. I can throw him way down there. So, I trust his ass. But now if I can't pick you up and throw you, honey, I don't trust you. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Trust no one but your spirits, because your spirits will never lead you, honey. Mislead you or lead you astray. Can we talk about it? Hello. Anyway. Love and light. Happy Saturday. Thanks so much for your support. Yes. See you guys. For those of you who are coming to the Ancestral Veneration, see you in a couple of hours. Oh, bye.